Alright, so I watched an anime recently called Lycoris Recoil. What a ride. It's... wow. I'll have to say, I'm a bit baffled by the quality of anime coming out nowadays. Remembering a lot of older series, especially the early 2000s, I definitely remember way fewer gems like this. It's not flawless, but the more I think about it, the more I come to a conclusion what flaws only make it better. What is it about? Japan is a peaceful place. There are no terrorist acts, no drug deals, no small-time crookery. It is a truly peaceful country. And yet, in reality, there is more at play. Lycoris, a secret police preventing crimes before they could even happen, comprised entirely by the indoctrinated orphans, they are a force to be reckoned with. This is a story of one such agent getting kicked out due to insubordination. God, I'm sick. Okay, so it's difficult to word it in an exciting way, but it still gives quite a bit of a premise here. What did I like? So I'll make one thing clear, and I'm sure someone will get upset, but I give not a single shit about LGBT or whatever other letters there are, or more specifically their representation. The fans of, well, everything, but especially anime, are frequently shipping together characters. They frequently see gay relationship and there aren't any, and praise something that isn't there. And even if it is, they see nothing but the homosexuality. There is no complexity to the relationship itself. No interest in dynamics, nothing truly outstanding. What gets the praise is the fact that it's a gay relationship. Nothing else. And I absolutely despise that. All this is to preface the fact that I adored the main duo or their relationship. What is shown I cannot call anything but love. They call it friendship, I don't care, and truly see it as nothing less than love. Their dynamic is so unbelievably well done. This is the representation done right. They are more than just gays. They are people who can't imagine a life without each other. Now, moving past that, there is some kudos given to the main... I don't know if I have the balls to call it a mystery. The plot. I'd like to praise the plot, which gets revealed and made obvious fairly fast, but the main characters are quite slow to catch on. The way it was done was very enjoyable, and I especially point out the episode 12 and what Takina does. I have no words to describe that and just give it my highest praise. That visceral, raw emotion I can only compare to live action. Bearing that, I'd like to say a few words about the tone. The overall tone of Lycoris Recoil is very upbeat, lighthearted, and kind of the opposite of one would expect. The series is pretty much about the secret police, government overreach, ordered assassinations, suppression of media and free speech, mass murders, terrorism, mental torture, although this might be a stretch. Now, somehow, in its bizarre twist, this anime series manages to have all that and be upbeat. Watching it, I was annoyed and expected a more serious treatment of the topics. Later on, and especially finishing it, I believe it was perfect. And it's not like it's entirely disrespectful. Hell, it actually reminded me of Trigun a lot. Another great anime. There, Vash is a goofy guy who cracks jokes and gets into silly situations, yet there is some dark stuff going on. Lycoris stays consistent with the tone, even though dark segments, without making them irrelevant or overly dramatic, which is a significant achievement. Also, I'd like to praise the action. There's some John Wick levels gunfu going on. The shots connect and feel impactful. There's so much speed and gosh, yeah, it's anime John Wick with cute girls. How the hell did that goofy premise manage to make something so great, I'll never know. The things I'd complain about are the main villain, and I mean Mr. Green Hair. He's first shown to be a little more than a terrorist, but given more complexity, yet his motivations seem entirely inconsistent. In addition, his power does too. At first he's basically goon for another guy, then he's going toe-to-toe with Terminator, and eventually he's basically a mastermind on top of that as well. It felt like he was there to have a nemesis for the girls, yet he wasn't really shown to be good enough to truly be one. And instead it's always him having some sort of advantage or surprise or whatever. But I did enjoy how he's open to have sit-downs break in the middle of a fight. Like a begrudging respect between rivals. It's strangely endearing. Another complaint is public being dumb. Not much to say here, I just can't imagine that many cover-ups being that clean. There are so many scenes out in the broad daylight in the middle of a city that there is some suspension of disbelief required. The events in the last few episodes being covered too, just how? whatever. And also I think whenever deaths get shown, it's a bit too light-hearted. This can be a major problem with people, something I frequently see mentioned with Batman, for example. How many people got concussions from a billionaire playing dress-up? Which brings me to a strange little idea, which is why I'm okay with it. The deaths of named or important characters never get shown. Nearly nobody actually dies, instead it's faceless goons lying around, but no confirmation if they're actually dead. And the cute girls are all smiles and making wisecracks, sweeping everything under the rug. Doesn't this sound exactly like the idea it's trying to convey? That the government has too much power over people, controlling the information flow, sweeping everything under the rug, making sure that there is no memory of horrific acts happening. Just smile and laugh while girls in the uniform do their jobs. And another problem I had is this is being about girls. It's just weird. There's this cliche in anime that everyone gets turned into anime girls. This is pretty much it. The big bad hacker is a little girl, the badass hitman is a schoolgirl, the Illuminati is comprised of schoolgirls. This is just silly. I can totally see someone looking at this going lol and being entirely unable to treat it seriously. There's also a moment when a guy who is like twice as big as the most adult character is getting his ass kicked in like 2 seconds by Chisato. She has 10 plus episodes of build-up to get there, but out of context, this is a schoolgirl kicking the ass of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. LOL. Regardless, Lycoris Recoil is a magnificent series. I have almost nothing but praise for it and can't recommend it enough.